Folk Racing back again with your F122 career mode, and we're here at the Dutch Grand Prix in Zandvoort. The championship is spicing up, and as you can see, we're on a flying lap here. Well, we're not actually on a flying lap, we're going to sit in behind Carlos Sainz and get a slipstream on our flying lap. So we managed to catch him at the end, and look at that for a slipstream. Exactly what you want. We set the fastest lap and we advance through to the next session. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Zandvoort is probably the funnest track to drive in the game. There's just a lovely flow to it if you can nail it, and once you nail a track, man, you're loving life. But we're through to the Q3 there as Leclerc and ourselves have absolutely sent it, and hopefully we can stick it on pole position. We don't get many poles in this career mode, but hopefully here can be the time. But we're pushing for a lap, and look at this, clamp it. Danny Ricciardo, absolutely just holding us up, man. The AI have no awareness whatsoever when it comes to it, but we go across the line, Danny Ricciardo not helping us. We grab ourselves P7. Lando Norris, though, has grabbed himself pole for Hamilton. Then we've got Charles Leclerc, Alexander Albon. We then got ourselves, so there must have been penalties, and we've got Gasly, Ricciardo, Ocon, Valtteri Bottas, Kevin Magnussen. We've got Sebastian Vettel, Mick Schumacher, George Russell, Lance Stroll. Who else have we got in here? Come on, guys. With Sergio Perez, we have penalty. Guan Yu Zhou, no penalty. Max Verstappen, the championship leader. Max Verstappen, we have penalty. With Carlos Sainz, we have penalty. Then with Yuki Tsunoda and Nicholas Latifi, all with penalties. So we're going to dive straight into this race. We're going to start on the medium tyre and go to the hard. Or maybe we'll try something different. Let's see how this race unfolds as we go in to turn 1. The 5 lights are out. We're starting P5. Realistically, I mean, I'll aim for a podium position, but we have lacked the pace probably to compete with like our teammate. I think Leclerc's been and Norris, those two have been really good all weekend. But as you can see, we overtake. We're sticking where we are, but we can hang it around the outside, maybe get Albon and Hamilton. But I love the fact you can just take all different lines through that corner. That's what just makes this track so fun. But Albon and Hamilton battling as we look like we're just going to sit in P5, but we're gaining. But the track is that narrow. I mean, where could I have went for a possible manoeuvre there? Nowhere. But we overtake Albon. Albon backs out. He bottles it. But with Lewis Hamilton up next for P3. And yeah, that curb there, once you start riding that, you will fly over it. And it gets to the point of no return, essentially. Moving on though, a few laps. Hamilton, we are in the DRS, but we're not quite a DRS zone. But as you can see, it's just, I just honestly, I love driving this track. I can't hang out enough. But you're just, it's even better though when you're following another car, because you can absolutely just fucking get used to the exact way they drive, man. And it's like you're on rails. But Hamilton is posing a bit of a fight as we move on here to, I believe, lap 10. We're finally close enough. Hamilton loses the back end. He's trying to defend. As you can see, Norris and Leclerc pulling away, but we managed with the DRS to go across the line, and it is a job done there as we overtake Lewis Hamilton. Up next though for us, it will be a pit stop. I don't know what I was planning, but you know, I went for a 2-stopper. I went medium, soft. That's exactly what we went for. Maybe it'll pay off, maybe it won't. I guess we'll just have to find out. And as we come out the pits, we are behind Yuki Tsunoda and Lance Stroll. But now we overtake Tsunoda, and it's a good move. Into turn 1 though, we've got Lando Norris, which is a decent manoeuvre, man. We've actually come out in the lead, which is very good, but of course we've still that extra stop to do. But you never know, we can pull a decent gap here on these mediums. Maybe we can lay the smack down, hopefully, and all that good stuff. But as you can see, we dive into the pits on lap 27 with only a 2-second gap to Leclerc. The tyres went off, but with softs, you run the risk of them dying before the end of this stint, don't you? But we're behind Alexander Albon. We managed to get it done, and easy peasy. Up next is Lewis Hamilton, and as you can see, fastest lap for us. Oh, brilliant. But Hamilton 3.2 down the road. As you can see across the line, we do a 13.3, and that is going to be Hamilton done as we go past the pit straight, laying the smackdown on Lewis Hamilton. You love to see it, folks. Hard enough overtake though on Hamilton, as we are going to advance now to Charles Leclerc winning the race from Lando Norris from ourselves. Hamilton did come back in us because, like I say, the soft tyres just absolutely going off a cliff towards the end. So wrong strategy for us, but I think third was realistically all that we were going to do. But Leclerc wins, Norris, ourselves, Hamilton, Albon, Russell, Ocon, Gasly, Perez and Verstappen. So Red Bull having a shocker, expecting to do better despite starting that far down. But as we look at the standings, it is a 16-point gap, covers the top three. If you want to include Lando Norris, you may as well. 32 points cover the top four. So looking forward to the next race. But guess what, guys? We're in Monza. We're in home of Ferrari. It's going to be a 1-2. I'm calling it here. Get used to it, guys. 1-2 for Ferrari. Lovely jubbly.